People often assume the richest individuals are simply the ones with the highest salaries or biggest businesses. But after looking closely at how wealthy people actually think and operate, one pattern shows up again and again. And it usually has very little to do with income alone. Many wealthy individuals share a deeper understanding of ownership, long-term thinking, leverage, risk management, and delayed gratification that shapes nearly every financial decision they make. Today we will talk about the richest people I know. All have one thing in common: it's not income. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. 10. Most people think wealth starts with high income. When people imagine wealthy individuals, they usually focus on income first. They assume rich people became successful because they earned massive salaries, inherited money, or got lucky with business opportunities. And while income absolutely matters, it is not the deepest factor separating wealthy people from everyone else. In fact, some of the richest people you will ever meet may not always have the highest visible incomes at every stage of life. What truly separates them is often something far less obvious: how they think about money, time, and ownership. Wealthy people tend to operate using completely different financial systems than ordinary earners. 9. They prioritize ownership over consumption. One of the biggest patterns among financially successful people is that they focus heavily on ownership. While most people spend money mainly on consumption, wealthy individuals often spend money acquiring assets first. Businesses, stocks, real estate, intellectual property, investments, cash-flowing systems, and ownership stakes become priorities. This changes everything financially, because ownership allows wealth to compound independently over time. Consumers continuously spend money outward, while owners position themselves to receive value repeatedly from assets they control. 8. They think long-term almost all the time. Most people make financial decisions emotionally and short-term. They focus on immediate comfort, quick rewards, or temporary lifestyle upgrades. Wealthy people often think differently. They ask how today's decisions will affect their future years or decades later. This long-term mindset changes spending behavior, investing habits, career choices, and risk tolerance completely. Instead of optimizing for temporary excitement, they optimize for long-term positioning. Over time, this creates massive advantages, because small, disciplined decisions compound quietly for years. 7. They protect their time aggressively. One surprising thing many wealthy people have in common is how seriously they value time. Ordinary earners often trade time directly for money constantly, but financially successful people eventually begin structuring life differently. They delegate low-value tasks, build systems, automate income streams, and prioritize flexibility. This happens because they understand something important: money can eventually be replaced, but time cannot. As wealth grows, protecting time becomes more valuable than displaying status. 6. They avoid lifestyle inflation better than most people. Many people assume wealthy individuals spend recklessly, but many financially successful people are surprisingly disciplined about lifestyle inflation. Instead of upgrading everything immediately after making more money, they continue investing aggressively while keeping expenses relatively controlled. This creates a widening gap between income and spending that accelerates wealth growth dramatically over time. Many middle-class earners become trapped not because they earn too little, but because expenses rise as fast as income every single year. 5. They understand compounding deeply. The wealthy often think in terms of compounding instead of immediate results. They understand that money invested consistently can grow exponentially over long periods. But compounding applies beyond investing too. Skills compound. Relationships compound. Businesses compound. Reputation compounds. Healthy habits compound. Financially successful people frequently focus on building systems that improve gradually over decades rather than chasing constant short-term rewards. 4. They stay calm during financial uncertainty. One major difference between wealthy individuals and ordinary investors is emotional stability during uncertainty. Market crashes, recessions, fear, and economic panic often create emotional reactions among the general public. But many wealthy people remain patient because they understand that volatility is temporary, while ownership can remain permanent. Instead of panicking during downturns, they often see opportunities where others only see fear. This emotional control becomes a major long-term financial advantage. 3. They focus more on cash flow than status. Many ordinary people spend money trying to look wealthy externally. Expensive cars, luxury fashion, oversized homes, and visible status symbols become financial priorities. But many truly wealthy people think differently. They care more about sustainable cash flow, investments, and financial flexibility than public appearances. Quiet wealth often looks surprisingly ordinary because the focus remains on growing assets rather than performing success socially. 2. They build systems instead of depending on motivation. Another major pattern among wealthy individuals is consistency. Most people rely heavily on motivation, but motivation changes constantly. Financially successful people usually create systems instead. Automatic investing, business processes, recurring income streams, routines, disciplined habits, and structured financial plans reduce dependence on emotional decision-making. Systems continue producing results even during stressful or uncertain periods when motivation disappears. 1. The one thing the richest people have in common, they think like owners, not earners. The deeper truth about wealth is not simply that rich people make more money, it is that they approach money differently at a fundamental level. Because the truth is simple, the wealthiest people consistently prioritize ownership, long-term thinking, compounding, financial systems, and asset building instead of relying entirely on salaries, consumption, or short-term gratification. And once you understand that extraordinary wealth usually grows from controlling assets and systems that continue producing value independently over time, you begin seeing why the richest people often share the same mindset long before they ever share the same income level. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.